Yep, there's no sound. I forgot to have my microphone turned on, so I'm just going to do a voiceover for the parts that didn't record. But we're doing a dual battery install today on the Ssangyong Musso. Mine's a 2019 model. It's actually pretty easy to do. So here I am, just literally taking the stuff out of my tub, getting it prepped up. This is a really good opportunity to give everything a really good clean. So I've got the blower here, just prepping the area, getting rid of all the dust and the leaves and whatever other rubbish was in there. Because we do have to take out the tub liner to do this job. If a microphone was on, I'd be telling you exactly what tools you needed, but as you can see, just a basic socket set, a couple of little plastic rivet tools, and some screwdrivers. That's about it to get the tub liner out. Now, if you've never removed a tub liner before, and look, honestly, other than taking it out of the Ssangyong Musso of my own car, I've never removed a tub liner before, but it's actually a pretty easy job. This one on the Ssangyong is just a bunch of plastic rivets. So there's ones where you unscrew and you never know if they're going to break or they're going to round out or they're just not going to turn out. So they're a little bit fiddly, but it's not difficult. So don't be intimidated to take out your tub liner. It's pretty straightforward. Now, when you're taking these out, just be mindful there are a couple of different sizes for these. I'm pretty sure there's 2 or 3 different sizes of these plastic clips. So just keep that in mind. But to be honest, it's pretty difficult to muck it up. If you're really worried, put them in separate containers. Coming up to the final stages of removing the tub liner, you do need to take out these tie down points. There are 4 in the Musso in each corner of the tub, so just undo those with your ratchet. So once you've taken out all the clips, quotes there, all the clips, the tub liner will just pop out. It might be a couple little funny spots, but just give it a bit of a pull up and it'll come out. So mine actually wasn't coming out because I forgot one of the plastic clips that are like right in the middle of the tub liner. So there's one clip that I missed. Make sure you take that out and then you won't have any problems. And we have success. The tub liner is officially out. Just giving you a quick little peek here at what to expect when you take the tub liner out. Mine was pretty dirty, as you can see. The car's done about 70,000 Ks. I'm not sure if it's ever been removed before. Be mindful when you are taking the tub liner out, there are a couple of little spots here that you got to pay attention to. So I've got a soft tonneau cover on the ute and those little parts just can catch when you're lifting it up. So just flex it in and it'll come out pretty easy. Again, perfect opportunity to give everything a good clean. So I go through here, blow out all the dust, and then I give it a pressure wash. Don't forget to use soap. Then you click it over and rinse off all the soap. Now that everything is nice and clean, it's time to finish off the job here. So I'm just taking out the factory accessory plug. So I think on some of the newer Mussos, this is not included. I don't know if there's a panel there already, but this makes it really nice and neat to put your Anderson plug in. So I'm removing this, and the plan is to modify this little factory spot and put an Anderson connector in there. So you can see I've just taken this off, and there's quite a lot of room on this cable. There's a lot of room at the back here. We should be able to modify this and put my Anderson plug in. Hopefully I can just follow where that comes from and run my lead in this exact same spot. I've just removed the left hand side tail light here, 2 bolts, pull it and it comes off. There's quite a lot of slack here, so you've got plenty of room to work. And I would say, looking at this, we should be in business. So there should be a way for me to route a cord up into here, following some existing wiring. Let's see how we go. So I just thought I'd quickly show you where the cable actually runs from. So the factory lead for this, for your cigarette socket here, goes up, and then it's that yellow wire just there, goes up, and then it bridges off your tail light down into here. I've just run this just so you can see it. And then if we go under, there it is there. There we go. So that's where the factory run goes. And then it just runs all the way back to the front. Looks like on the inside there, by the look of that. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I'm just going to tape my cable alongside this loom and see what happens. So what I've done, I actually continued with my little cable thing here. So I've run it through there, and this will just be good so you can actually see where I'm going to run it. And it just pokes out, like, it's literally just here. And I'm just going to cable tie it along the chassis. And if we crawl under here, you can see him just there. I've put it behind the body mount. So that's your body mount there. I'll put it behind that. And again, I'm just going to cable tie that, run it all the way down. All the way down. This is actually a really easy cable run, guys. Like, don't be, I was a little bit intimidated to do this. Don't be, like, it's pretty straightforward. Again, behind the body mount there, hopefully you can see the contrast and the black and red. It's going to go up in there, and then it just pokes out just there. So I'm going to run it alongside this positive wire here. I'm just going to bring it up and then again cable tie it all nice and neat, and we'll see how we go. So what we're doing now is just running the cable in some conduit just to protect it a bit more. I've recruited an extra helper. Once that's done, I'll run it through from the tub straight to the engine bay. So I've finally conduited the whole loom. I've just placed the cable tie like in a few spots every now and then. You can just see one here, and then a little bit further down. Got another one. So I've just done that. I'm going to tie it to my snake and run it all the way through, then cable tie it to the chassis, pretty much in the same factory locations, and I'll give you an update on how I'm going. So another thing I'm about to do is, this is the factory cigarette plug that's on my 2019 Musso. I'm going to cut this out, and then I will have an Anderson plug there, nice and neat. Let's see how we go. Hopefully I don't muck it up. So this is the finished product. Got my Anderson plug. I've mucked it up a little bit. You can see there, the hole saw was just that bit too big, so I used the hole saw on the original one, drilled that out. Doesn't really matter how you get it out, because let's be honest, it's probably never going to go back in there. You could probably glue it back in if you wanted to, but yeah, the flap still there. It doesn't close all the way though, which is a bit irritating, and I think it might be just due to this bracket that I've got here. It's just too high, and I tried to shave this down a bit to move it up, but there's only so much room you have at the back for these little soft tappers. So this is the best I'm going to do. And look, if I'm really worried, I could just put a bit of sealant in there or something just to seal it off, but it's not perfectly watertight anyway, like dust and stuff gets behind it. I'll probably just get a waterproof cover to go over this, just to give it a little bit extra protection. But overall, you know, it'll look neat once it's in the car, so that's all that matters. So I've run the lead all the way from the engine bay to the tub, but we have a problem. The run I did is not long enough. I put 5 meters of cable through and it's not long enough to terminate it the way I wanted it to do. 6 meters would have been probably perfect. If you're going to run this yourself, get 6 meters worth of cable. And mine's a short wheelbase. If you've got a longer wheelbase, you probably want to go probably 7 meters of cable. So yeah, this pretty much kills my OCD, but I bought this extra cable. I've stripped here. We're going to put the butt connectors on. I've already done the butt connectors on this side. You need a really big crimper to do these. And yeah, like it will work, but man, it sucks not having just one nice, neat, long runner cable. So anyway, we're working with what we got here. All right, it's the day after now. I just got super busy doing all the little connections, wiring up stuff. It took a lot longer than I thought, but I'll show you what we're dealing with and what I'm trying to do. So with this dual battery system, I want it to be minimal space and basically be portable, right? I want it to take out. So I went with the 60 amp hour battery from King's, the lithium one, with their compact battery box. I picked up a DC-DC charger, bolted it to the side, made some little spaces on my 3D printer so that I can get this with a reasonable air gap, so it'll stay nice and breathed. Is that a word? Breathed while it's working. I've got my input here for the charge. That one's going to go to the car. I might make up another Anderson lead because of just the way it kind of all sat together looked a bit silly. So I'll probably get an extension lead from this so I can orientate everything nicer, because I did want to have these accessible from the tub, and just the way everything kind of was mounted, and I did want to see the indicator lights as well. Didn't really work out like that. But overall, that's going to sit in the corner and I think it's going to be pretty good. So that's what it looks like right now. This, I'm not real happy with this. This is rubbish. Don't get these cheap MIDI fuses holders, like get a reasonable one. I had to modify it to get the connectors to fit. So get a reasonable fuse holder, to be honest. Like I was going to make a little bracket and stick it on the side there. So once that's done, probably look a bit nicer, but for now, that's what we're dealing with. Just got it tapped onto this. So that one's just in there. And it runs just along the underside there. Get some focus. There it is, that shiny black conduit. I've just got it running there. There it is again. It shouldn't touch anything where it is. I've got it cable tied as well to there's like a hard line there, and some other electrical cables that run. I've got my catch can that goes down there as well. I'll show you underneath how I've done it. So that's it there. I've just put it along the chassis. Like we're just kind of in the middle of the car at the moment. There's the doors, middle there, and it runs all the way along. I've put zip ties everywhere. It's all in a conduit. And it's tied to, I think, what is the handbrake cable. Someone had already run a cable to the back of the tub for the trailer wiring. So I've kind of just bundled them together and cable tied it all along there. So if we get this rubbish bird's nest of trailer wiring out the way that someone else has done, you can see that's the cord, that's the conduit from the battery. I've just tied it to my tow bar. There's a little hole that was there, and then it goes up into this little area here, which is the tail light, which is very easy to access. Again, there's no drilling, nothing. You don't have to hack anything up to do this on the car itself, like on the chassis or nothing. So that's really good. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with this. If anyone knows much about trailer wiring, what the hell is going on with this? There's like a little little box thing there, and like my tow bar, once I'm towing something and I'm reversing, it just goes off the whole time, the reverse sensor. So someone has fiddled poorly. But anyway, and yeah, I've just used one big zip tie there to secure it to the chassis. There was nothing that was in the way of that one, which is good. And yeah, like it's not going to go anywhere, and the conduit should protect it from rubbing. I mean, absolute worst case, you got a fuse at the engine bay if something bad happens, but I don't think anything bad will happen. And this is the tub. I still haven't put it all back together. I just want to give it a final blowout. I did give it a wash. I'm going to wash this as well. There's the factory spot, and there's the Anderson lead. Now you saw it close up. It's not a perfect job, but it will do the job for now. Everything slotted in there real nice. And yeah, we're looking pretty good, to be honest. If you did want to drill anything and mount stuff, there's a hole that you could use in the middle. You could get rid of that center plastic rivet, or this is probably good just so people know what it looks like. You've got these, whatever they're used for. The drain holes are at the back here. That one of mine was actually full of stones, so it might pay if you bought your car used or you've been driving it for a bit. Check there, make sure they're all clean. Yeah, these could just be also drain holes as well. You've got one here that's got a cover on it. You probably don't want to drill through that. Yeah, I don't know what these covers are for. So there are actually nothing under these little grommets here. Just taking one out just to show you. And the diameter, it does have M40 stamped on it. And yep, it's 40 mil. So if you want to put anything in there, we're going to bolt something down. There's already 2 existing holes, and they're 40 mil. So 40 mil in diameter. While we're in the process of checking these holes, so there's 2 at the back of the tub as well. Now that one doesn't have a marking on it, and if you wanted to use this one for something, it is 30 mil. So those the back ones are 30 mil, front ones are 40. Looks like there's a couple of extra at the back here as well. They're also 40s. At least that's what's stamped on it. There's not really any other spots you can use without drilling into your tub. There's a few little holes there, I guess, if you wanted to put something in.